skepticism around meditation has to be long hair, hippie sort of things. Please let go of that. We're pretty good now in the modern world, and I think we're getting there. But basically, I asked them to take on a short practice. So one of the first things I teach is what's called a 90-second breath break. Just 90 seconds, and everybody can afford 90 seconds. And it's really powerful, even for long-term meditators that have been practicing years. When I go into companies and I teach this 90-second breath break, what it does, it deactivates the stress response, it deactivates the amygdala, and it switches on the prefrontal cortex and your ability to plan and problem solve and decision make and regulate your emotions is, uplifted. So when I teach that, that's really giving them permission just to say, okay, it doesn't have to be 10 minutes or 20 minutes, just 90 seconds is enough. And then make that cumulative over time. So that's what's called their formal practice is set. And that's just a breathing practice where they follow their breath for 90 seconds. And the other thing I ask people to try to do is to choose one thing and do it more mindfully. Not 10 things, just one thing. So for example, from this session today, everyone could just choose one thing and say, okay, I'm going to eat more mindfully. I'm going to eat away from the computer for a couple of weeks and just see what effect that has. Or it might be, I'm going to go to bed without my telephone by my bedside. Or I'm going to make sure when I'm having a shower, I'm just enjoying the shower for what it is. So I ask them just to choose one, only one. Once that practice becomes ingrained, it becomes a habit and a ritual, then you can anchor other things to that. So for example, for myself, I walk every single morning. That's my morning non-negotiable. I do a nice walk along the beach, and then I stop and do a meditation. And then after my meditation, I have a healthy breakfast. So I have 3 wins before the day's even started that are just for me. But I initially started from just a walk, you see. So I started that walk. Once I got the walk down pat, and that was ingrained in my lifestyle, then I added the meditation after that.
Yep.
So
interesting.
That's my advice. One thing I think is really important.
Yeah. And then is when you, I suppose, added those 3 things together, is that called habit stacking?
Yeah, habit stacking is a term they use. Yeah, I was not conscious of it until someone mentioned it recently. That thing, I just did it. But that's the